Sound different? Because it is. Good morning, Waddle Squad. Wake up. It's a good day. Even though it's one day later than normal, it is Snapshot Day, my dudes. So a little bit of context on yesterday's missing snapshot. I kind of figured this was the case, but the snapshot was entirely missing because the bug reporter, this whole thing that's very important to Minecraft, it was down. It's under migration. Still think it would love. A little bit lame to not hear anything from any of the devs publicly on the status of the snapshot, just like not being expected yesterday, but yeah, that's just me. Would love. So today's snapshot is going to mirror a lot of the changes that were made in yesterday's preview 1.21.70.23. But we do have some differences here. For example, grass sounds. Listen. Now, I didn't lower the game sound or anything like that. The grass sound has just naturally been quieted at last. Now, this sound, this change has been made for any block that uses the grass sound in the game. That includes the brand new dry grass ones. Listen. It's just naturally a little bit quieter. We love to see it. This chart right here. So in yesterday's preview video, I showed you one of the charts. I don't remember which one. I don't think it was this one. The Wandering Trader is beautiful. But stay seated, because there is a little bit of a problem too. Like Hedrick at the Super Bowl though, we'll get to it. First things first, experiments. If you were wondering what happened to the trade rebalance toggle, well, it is still here, because remember, it has content. To my best knowledge, the things that are still locked behind the villager rebalance toggle, well, that's going to be all of the new librarian changes. Those were the most controversial. The beautiful armorer updates, I really like those ones. Wonder if they can make it to the game. And then, in the ultimate blast from the past, the whole enchanted books being linked to biomes and structures. For example, I think it was like Unbreaking inside of the jungle temple. That's behind the villager toggle still too. So yesterday, I'm sure you heard the news. We talked a lot about all of the updates that were already made. If you'd like even more information on all of those changes, check out yesterday's video next. But I'm in love with the updates. I'd like to talk a little bit more about them, take a look at them in more depth. So beautiful, the Wandering Trader, I love you. Me and you, we might be in a courtship sometime soon, because while we take a look at these trades right here, for the most part, there is a caveat, we'll talk about it, but for the most part, these trades have been much upgraded. Now, for a second here, take a look at my inventory. All of these different things on the hotbar and spilled out are the things that the Wandering Trader might like to buy. This will make spider farms way more powerful, potato farms pretty great, and I mean, your wheat farm, it was already pretty good, but that's great too. Honestly, just in general, it'll make many farms so much better. So, this buddy right here, check this out. Inside of the Wandering Trader trade right here, we have a water bucket and milk bucket. Let's say I wanted to get rid of this bucket of milk, I can go ahead and sell that. The bucket is gone, I get 2 emeralds, and the trade is locked. So these Wandering Trader buys, they're not going to have very many trades. For example, we'll test it out with another one. Baked potatoes right here. I have a whole lot. I want to sell you as many as possible. Well, tragically, it seems that like one trade every time is it. I feel like they could maybe up the trade limit for things like potatoes, because, I mean, after all, this guy's got to be able to carry more than 4 potatoes. Now, on the other hand, maybe the most marvelous thing, the new things that the trader will be able to sell you, oh, they're beautiful, and they're from all over the entire world, including, yes, some of those juicy, brand new plants, the tall, dry grass right here. I can go ahead and buy it. And actually, when buying, the trades are not as limited. So, yeah, case in point right there, maybe the Wandering Trader should be able to maybe like pick up a little bit more of some items from you. And wait, bro, was that a different sound too? That was sounded different. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm so excited for the trader to get better. Now back to the chart again one more time, because wow, that's a big pool. Like we took a look at yesterday, we've got the invisibility potion inside of this trade. We also, at the bottom corner, have this enchanted pickaxe. It's great. But take a look at all of these other things. And by the way, I don't know why the invisibility potion is missing from this list. It's definitely here. I've seen it before. But anyways, taking a look at all of these other things, there's a lot here. It's very nice to be able to buy all of these things, especially the seeds and the saplings. That's fire. However, with so many different trades possible inside of this pool, maybe less good ones, like say the logs, well, they're gonna clog it up a little bit. Mogswamp, of course we know him, the king of super flat Minecraft. This point was made by Mogswamp, and, well, ever since Mogswamp made it, I can't unthink it. I do think that maybe, say, things like logs, maybe even ice, they could maybe be removed from this trade pool. Especially with the fact that we have saplings here. I mean, don't get me wrong, the log trade is nice, but the fact that we have saplings here, I mean, that's gonna be a little bit more desirable. My other proposed workaround here is, well, maybe open up the Wandering Trader's trades a little bit more. Instead of having, say, like 10 trades or whatever this is right here, why not, like, double it or something? After all, a little bit later game when this guy shows up at your base, the log trade is nice. Also, like Mogswamp said, how about some cocoa beans? Maybe some bamboo devs, please. Hey, wait a second. With all those flowers there, why not just cut all the dice? Alrighty, so next today, I'd like to swing things over to the local village because inside of this snapshot, we have an addition to the village's loot table. Alright, now it's not going to happen every single time, and of course, if I can show it off to you, is going to be dependent upon if I could actually, well, you know, find a house with actual loot chests inside of it, but bundle? Oh, no bundle. As a part of this new exploration update, we've got bundle included inside of the loot table, inside of many of the village structure. Where are all the chests? The loot table that we got here, it's been expanded and now includes the bundle. You have about a 33% chance to find the bundle in, well, many of the chests inside of the village. The big thing that I'm on here is maybe what about loot inside of the bundle, or at the least, dyed bundles for the different biomes. Like, this one is straightforward. You got the brown banner right there. Why not the brown bundle? Meanwhile, the plains biome, yellow is sort of the color of the plains biome village. Juicy market stalls right there. Well, how about a yellow bundle inside of the village? Also, I mean, come on, it's 2025. We have a meadow village inside of Minecraft. Are we still seriously reusing the plains village for the meadow biome? Come on, let's get with it. A quick reminder to smash that like button, like annihilate for me, and subscribe too. We're waddling into a brand new era, if you couldn't tell, and you're going to want to waddle with me. Alrighty, so next up, we make a brand new world here. What I want to check out inside of this update is the camel. In yesterday's preview, a beautiful change was made to the camel that I almost missed. However, because of mob spawning being a little bit different on Minecraft Bedrock Edition, it was hard to really explore. So our change here is pretty beautiful. Inside of the desert biome, the camel will be able to spawn just like randomly now, not only at the desert village. In order to make this possible, we've got a brand new tag. I mean, it's not that juicy, but pretty predictable here. Block tags added camels spawnable on, which is, well, blocks the camel can spawn. So, of course, a block that is included inside of the tag, that's going to be the sand block. And you can see it inside of the tags right over there, spawnable on. The changelog just says the desert. I'm curious about red sand. Can a camel spawn here? It doesn't look like it. Now, the big change that we want to check out here, our mystery here, tiny swamp. Side note, let the firefly bush generate here, please. Our big change here that we want to find out is just how rare the camel spawning actually is. So, oh, hi, there you are. Ooh, I love this. Just being able to wander through the desert and find a camel. It seems like you spawned alone. Oh, you're so lonely. Hi, friend. Yeah, you're so cool, dude. Okay, so that really wasn't that hard to find at all. I want to move through the rest of the desert here, really crazy generation, and see if we can find any more camels. By the way, should be a stream a little bit later today. Stay tuned. This is some of the craziest desert generation that I have ever seen with all of these hills. Like, wow. Moving around here, though, it doesn't seem like I'm seeing any more camels. They kind of stick out like a sore thumb. Oh, well, there you are again. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be overly common, but it's not terribly uncommon at the same time. And just in case you were curious, yes, every single time, guaranteed, inside of the desert village, you'll be able to find a camel spawning here too. And inside of the desert village, the mobs that spawn inside of the pen, well, predictably, they will be warm now. That was an adjustment made in the last snapshot. Hey, and look at that, before too long, another camel too. That's great. Now, next up, I want to segue from the camel, a beautiful Minecraft mob, over to another beautiful Minecraft mob, because in this week's snapshot, we've got a little bit of love happening to the mushroom. You take a look at it. The eyes are no longer as beady and soulless. The nose, it went to the doctor too. It's a little bit larger. And then the texture, wow, that's been softened just like the normal cow. This is a huge mushroom update. The mushroom on the top is still gigantic, by the way, and I mean, please, devs, don't leave us hanging like this. There's a yellow version. Come on, next week, please. Minecraft, please. I'll, like, do the big reveal if you put the yellow cow into the game. Maybe. Oh, but wow, this thing is just so beautiful. And the baby version as well. Look at that big, large nose. Now, the one thing that is a little bit different standing out to me, the eyes. So previously, they were just fully, like, black and kind of soulless looking. Now they have, like, a little bit of, like, you know, coloration in there. It does bring it into the modern era, but it also makes it, like, ever so slightly less eerie and creepy. I don't know. What do we think? Wow, this is the largest mushroom field ever. Also, maybe do we need a little bit more love inside of this biome? Like, look at how glaringly empty it is. Maybe we need like a weird, like strange type of grass generating too, right? I mean, how hard could it be? Basically just one new type of grass that is like one small plant, maybe one version small, and like purple or something. I mean, take a look at it. After this update, look at how glaringly just flat and empty this biome is. Yeah, we got the mushroom, but we need a little bit more. All right, now, maybe the greatest change out of all of them. Wait, did I say that for, like, literally everything today? Let's do a world tour with the villager. The cartographer villager has brand new traits. We talked about him yesterday. There's a little bit more on him today. So the cartographer villager, first things first, we're always going to start with these two traits. Let's see, this one's a little bit better. We'll go ahead and take that trait until we get you to level up. Do it a couple of times, and just like that, level 2. Now, at level 2, inside of the plains biome, we have a couple of different options, as in, like, literally 2 options. At level 2, we'll always have a glass pane trait, it seems, but then we also will either have a map trait to the savanna biome or a map trait to the taiga biome. Now, for 7 emeralds and a compass, I'll go ahead and take this trade. Check out the map right here, and we got that juicy new map. Oh, there it is, the juicy new icon at the savanna. Now, after that, with this villager inside of this biome, if I were to take it one step farther and say, maybe level you up one more time, the trades at the next level, well, there are no more biome maps to be found. At the journeyman level, a plains villager can sell you either a trial explorer map or an ocean monument map, or maybe both of them, and not have the compass set. So what this villager is doing is selling me a map to the closest savanna village, which means theoretically, if I send myself over to it, if I wasn't buried in the ground, well, theoretically, voila, just like that, this map led me right over to the savanna. Now, for the sake of world exploration, let's say we use this map to locate the savanna biome. Then, while over at the savanna biome, no, stop me the map, stop me the map. Alright, so over at the savanna biome, we could go ahead and kick things off the same. The villager starting trade for every single biome is going to be the same. So we level you up, and now at level 2, we have a plains map, so we could go back to where we came from, or we have a desert map. You can see right here, this villager is going to help us go on a world tour. And look at that icon. So now, we go ahead and use the map again, and it worked to the nearest desert village. One final time, we'll go ahead and get ourselves a cartographer villager in the middle of the desert and trade with him. We'll level you up. Once we level the villager up, at level 2, something interesting has the chance to happen. So here we've got a savanna village map, or, okay, well, a plains village map. But theoretically, from the chart, we can find a map to the jungle. Here we go, Jungle Explorer map. Now, interestingly, I'm kind of conveniently right next to the jungle, but knowing that there are no jungle villagers, the Jungle Explorer map, instead, will send you to the nearest jungle temple. Meanwhile, the Swamp Explorer map, that one will be able to send you to the nearest witch hut. And I mean, that right there, that's a game changer for witch farms worldwide. So these villager updates here, I mean, I think they're quite nice. Sheep Beep. So the Sheep Beep update, I mean, I think this one is, I'm going to admit it, I think it's maybe a little bit lazy. We have different sheep variants now. So, for example, inside of the desert biome, or just warm biomes in general, the sheep color that will most commonly be found is brown. However, you'll also have an uncommon chance to be able to find a gray sheep spawn, a red sheep, an orange sheep, or a yellow sheep. Very, very rarely, pink sheep will be able to spawn too. And this is going to go for all of the warm biomes in the game. Meanwhile, instead of a biome that is a little bit more temperate, we have white sheep as the default, but you will also be able to find a little bit more uncommon. Gray, light gray, black, and brown sheep spawning, with the pink sheep still being super rare. And then we've got the cold biomes. By default, in the cold biome, the most common sheep will be black. However, uncommonly, you'll be able to find these blue ones or the light gray sheep. Rarely, again, the pink sheep. And I don't know, this just seems like a lazy way to finish off the farm animals. Like, you could totally change the texture of these mobs. Maybe a little model update, make that nose pop out, why not? And at the least, on Java, like, come on, I shear the sheep and it's still, like, all white. I was hoping for at least a texture update here. It just seems like a lazy way to finish off all these mob variants, don't you think? Bam, I say it with love. And now, last things last here, inside of the changelog, we have a lot of changes to tags. It's pretty crazy, but an interesting thing with shaders as well. So we have a quite lengthy developer's note right here, and then some interesting changes with shaders. The shader programs themselves are still available. However, core shaders and post-processing effects JSON files are gone. The post-processing effects are configurable as a JSON though. So what this all specifically means, I'm not too sure. I need you to enlighten me here. What does this change mean, and is it perhaps hinting at anything? It's weird, quite odd, and that's it for today. 24W07A. Stay tuned for a stream later. More videos coming very, very soon. I'm cooking up a couple right now. And I still do think there is even more coming to this new update. So I guess we'll find out next week. Thank you for watching. It's been me, Waddles, and I'll see you all a little bit later and tomorrow. Goodbye.